Today we're 3D printing and assembling a Wolverine-inspired arm, blades and all, which is actually a universal controller stand. And I'll tell you this, the final product here looks incredible. So this model is by 3D Factory Box. You'll find a link in the description below, and this is all free files. You can go download them if you want. And today I'm printing this off in resin. We'll give it a really good coat of paint, and this should look stunning by the end of it. And if you want to print this yourself, you can do it in PLA. It's been made to be minimal on the supports that are needed, but I thought resin here would just do perfect. Now I'm going to do a dry fit once we got all the parts, and you'll notice that this doesn't look like it'll fit in at all, but it's interestingly designed, so you need to come in and actually put the peaks at the starting points that they're going to go into. Otherwise, you just literally cannot get this thing to fit. So this is the toughest part of the assembly. But it goes in really quite smartly, and I would say you don't really need any glue in here as the tolerances are pretty much perfect. So that looks great. Then we've got the actual glove itself for the main part of the hand. That slips onto here. You definitely need a little bit of glue on that for sure. And then we have a base plate, which is going to add support and also make it look like it's punching through the surface that it's actually on. But this will make sure the thing doesn't actually fall over. So it's a good bit of engineered stability. But now that I've gone and dry fitted everything, it's time to paint it all up. So I used gloss yellow on the fingertips here, along with the base part you'll see later. And these go in beautifully, nicely fit in. And this is already starting to look incredible. The resin's also been coated with a nice simple matte black as well. And that looks so good. You will need to glue these in, because otherwise, of course, they will fall out. Then you've got the anchor points for the claws here as well. And I did find it a little bit hard to get these perfect because, of course, the claws are going to come up later, and you kind of want them all to be parallel and perfectly straight, which is not going to be easy to do. Then we've got our base that fits onto the arm, and this was tough, of course. Now that it's got a coat of paint on it, it's a little bit tighter. So getting it on there was very tough, and I really was trying not to like crack anything or break anything, but I did manage to go on. And then we just need to add our base part as well, which I just use a simple gunmetal because it's got a little bit of silver to it, so it looks a bit more rocky. And then it's just a matter of pressure fitting this all in. And then we've got our base done, and she's looking really freaking cool. So now we've got the two parts, we can go ahead and put them together. Now at this point in the video, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. So next up, we're just going to go ahead and put these two pieces together. And I did find this a little bit difficult to just get perfectly seated. And then as soon as it went down really, really well. And then we're almost done. We just got to do the blades. And the blades are the tough part because if they're out of alignment, it's not going to look good from certain angles. But you can see we've got our hand here and it is looking great. I think the paint job is stunning and it works really well for this. So I'm extremely happy with, how it's turned out so far. And let's go ahead and finish this. So we'll get our claws and go and install them. I'll also mention at this point as well that you'll notice all of the pieces are actually numbered, which is really helpful. So all the fingertips have numbers on where they should go, along with the claws as well. They all have 1, 2, and 3, and they have corresponding numbers in the pieces they go into. I'll also mention that normally when I'm doing any kind of resin print from a file that's originally made for PLA, the tolerances are usually off a little bit and I got to do sanding and stuff to clean them up to get it all to go together. With this, I almost had to do no cleanup at all, and it all went together incredibly well. The tolerances were just magnificent. And as you can see, this is the final result, and I'm extremely happy with how this all came out. And it looks like, honestly, I could go into a store and buy this. I'm really happy with the overall quality. It does not look like I just DIY'd this together with some files from the internet. It is absolutely stunning. And it very much continues my exploration with resin printing, along with, of course, other printing types as well. So this is just a stunning piece. I'd love to know what you think in the comments below. It does hold a controller really well, although I think it looks equally good without a controller. I think this is just a nice piece of art. And I'm starting to get to the point where I'm making too much good stuff now that I want to put on display, but I only have a one-bedroom flat and I'm running out of space. But I also want to mention again the original designer of these files, who is 3D Factory Box, who was kind enough to actually list these for free on MakerWorld. Link in the description below. This guy even has an actual licensing agreement you can go and sign up to if you want to actually print these and sell them. But for me, this is a one-off print that I absolutely love how it's turned out. And I'd love to know what you think in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time.